So this video is going to be all about why most people unfortunately will never be able to escape the 9 to 5 rat race and have total freedom. Now, I believe that right now with everything that's going on, especially in the West, with inflation running high, with the housing crisis, with all the division going on, I believe the best thing that you could have, that young Americans should be striving towards, is freedom, specifically time freedom, money freedom, and location freedom. And all of these things can be achieved by finding a way to make online income. So whether that is working an online job where you could be 100% remote, whether it's doing freelance work or starting an online business, which I believe is really the best option for most people. And I believe it's the simplest path that is also the most profitable. But I want to talk about why most people will never get to a point where they are earning income to be free, from the 9 to 5 and not have to clock into a regular job and be chained down to one location where you're barely able to pay your bills. The main reason why most people will unfortunately remain stuck in this position is simply because of the comfort zone. So right now we have more distractions than ever before. And I believe that this is the biggest weakness for a lot of young people right now that are entering the workforce. Right now you have, social media apps that are just designed to keep you hooked on their platform. You have video games, you have all these other vices, you have, adult content that you could watch. And there's all these things that kind of keep you in this sort of, comfort zone, right? And also it's very easy for someone when they're presented with, hey, you can make an income online. It's very easy for someone to assume, oh, that's all a scam. None of that actually works. And so the reason why it's a lot easier for someone to just hold that assumption is because there's no work that you have to put in on your end in order to have that belief, right? So when it comes to actually escaping the, figuring out a way to make money online, that of course requires work. And it requires you to figure out how to get attention. It requires you how to do things like building up an email list, how to set up websites, and these are all things that most people unfortunately do not want to learn. And so on top of this, most jobs are designed to keep you, to keep you stuck in that environment. No matter how bad it seems, most people remain, working in the same environment for several years because it's comforting, right? So I would almost compare working a regular job kind of like being in an abusive relationship, right? Like, let's say that you're dating someone and you and this person, you're fighting a lot of the time, like more than half the time you're together, you're fighting with each other, or there's something that, this other person you're with is, pissed off about, right? But then there's that 25, maybe 20% of the time that you're together, you sort of bond for a little bit over a TV show that you like, or, there's a movie series or a video game that you're both really into, right? And it's during that small window of time that you experience this sort of comfort feeling where it's like, oh, it's actually good between us. I don't want to leave it. And it's the fear of exiting that, position that you're in, right? So when it comes to these regular jobs, right, most people, I would say 90% of the time that you're at work, you don't want to be there, right? But there's that small 10% of the time that you're there where maybe you have a couple coworkers that you really vibe with and you gossip about certain people, or, it feels comforting in a way to kind of form this unity of the shared belief that, hey, work sucks, life sucks. And, hey, did you hear this really cool movie that came out? Or you play the new video game, you play GTA 6 yet? Or you looking forward to GTA 6, something like that. And then on top of that, you have the occasional corporate pizza party, right? Where after, 6 months working, doing all this physical manual labor on your body, you get rewarded with a pizza party for all your hard work. And then they do that specifically to keep you hooked on that environment, so that if you even think about leaving, then you sort of subconsciously feel guilty because, hey, why would you want to leave? You have these coworkers that you're working with, every now and then there's a moment where we kind of get together and we don't hate each other as much for a little bit. And so it's these little moments that keep you in that comfort zone, and why most people unfortunately are not able to have the drive to figure out a way to get out of that environment. So that is really the number one reason why most people remain stuck in their 9-to-5 job. And also just think about, like, you know, the fact that, like, you're watching this video on a device that is capable of so many things. Like right now, as you're watching this video, you could be playing a game, you could be doom scrolling on TikTok, you could be you could be watching adult content. There's so many things that you could be doing as you're watching this exact video right now. And this device that you're on can either be your greatest strength, you could use this to make money, or it could be the biggest distraction. So it depends on how you use the modern technology that you have available that will allow you to create the life that you want. And so unfortunately, most people, when they get off work, because typically you feel very you feel very tired, you want to relax a bit, you want to watch a movie, but most people nowadays, they don't even do that. They just get on their phone and they just mindlessly doom scroll Instagram Reels or TikTok without really thinking that much. And that is the thing that holds people back. And so you might think, oh, well, it's just for one day, but one day turns into 1 month turns into 6 months, then a year, and then next thing you know, it's been 5 years of you being in the same exact environment, doing the same thing every single day, and time is moving faster than ever before. So you're not getting any younger as time progresses. So the best thing that you could do is to use your free time very wisely, be very mindful of how you invest your energy when you are outside of work. And so I'll even admit myself, I'm not perfect either. I've procrastinated on things a bit as well, but I always make sure to do something every single day to move the needle a little bit forward at the very least. So that way, I'm always, at the very least, getting more visibility. I'm getting more, I'm focusing on building up an email list, and I'm, of course, making more sales as well. So that being said, if you want to learn more about what I do specifically and how I've been able to start building up online residual income specifically, then you could check out the link down below and you could learn more about what I do. Otherwise, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below if you found this insightful. Give this a thumbs up and take care. See you in the next one.